Okay, y'all. I need to, before I go in here and get this workout in and get my weekend started, I thought I'd make this quick video about agents. Okay, we need to help y'all we're going to get a clear understanding as to what an agent is. Okay. A lot of times, a lot of people toss that word around. We even call other people agents on the internet. We feel like it's a word of a derogatory term when somebody, they think they're working for the government or whatever. Now, I'm going to start off reading this definition from Cornell Law. What an agent is. It says an agent is a person authorized to act on behalf of another person. The party an agent is authorized to act for is known as the principal. A principal-agent relationship can either be intentionally created or created by implication through one's actions. Okay, this happens all the time in courts all the time. See, I'm making this video for the most part when we're talking about the straw man. When I was talking about in the previous videos about resigning from being the agent of the straw man, which is something you can't do. You have to have a name in order to operate in commerce. You need, how are you going to operate in commerce if you don't have a principal name? It has to be a principal name. The straw man is the principal name. Okay, that's the name. It's the name is as what's that definition? It was like the corpus of the trust. The corpus of a trust. That's what the principal is. The corpus, which is the body, that being your body. You being the principal of the trust. It has to have a name. That's why they serve you anytime, you got a court case. They're trying to do business with a certain name. They have to find the body that's attached to that name. And that's the name that was attached to you when you were born. That you're to use to conduct business. Of course, these powers of attorney were put in place when we were babies, when we were first born, and never revoked. Which is one of the reasons why public officials assume so much authority over our lives, and seem like we seem powerless many times when it comes to these different encounters we have. Now, but I'm gonna stay on topic about an agent. To help you understand why I understand now that we should clearly understand that we can't separate ourselves from the straw man. In a sense of like you don't have a straw man no more, like you don't have one to use in commerce. You need that straw man to operate in commerce. You're just supposed to control the straw man so that they don't see you operating as the straw man. You are the principal, but you're not the straw man itself. It's a difference. Now this thing also says further information on agency law. So I clicked on it to see what it says about agency law. Now, this goes a little deeper, a little more complex. Hopefully you can follow me on this. Agency law is the common law doctrine controlling relationships between agents and principals. A principal-agent relationship is created when the agent is given authority to act for the principal. Okay. And an agreement made by an agent is binding on the principal. So as long as the agreement was within the authority actually granted to the agent or reasonably perceived by a third party. This is one of the reasons, a lot of this time these powers. I'm not done reading yet. I got something else I wanted to say. A lot of times these powers of attorney, they're put in place and they're operating as agents. A form of agent would be like an attorney, in fact, or whatever, operating on your behalf, because these things are, they're and it's binding. It says binding on the principal. So when they put in, like, say if a judge was to put in a not guilty plea on your behalf, which is practicing law, from the bench, we may call it that. But at the same time, if they have a power of attorney, they've been granted power of attorney to administer your estate in a court case. You don't know that's what they have put in place, but that's what they have. They have those things put in place, and you just don't know it, which is what gives them the power to enter in those things on your behalf. There was nothing filed in that case, or he wasn't served anything that revoked that power. Let's move forward. Two forms of actual authority include: one, express authority. An agent has express authority to take any action requested by the principal, as well as authority to take any action inherently necessary to accomplish those requests. You notice everything it says that, these things are, the principal is the one that's supposed to control what the agent does. Is supposed to grant the authority to the agent to do these things. But if you don't know there's a power of attorney put in place, then you don't know that you have the power to revoke that. And you're wondering where they're getting this power from. Why are they able to railroad us in these court cases? We don't know that. Here's the second one. The second authority. Remember, it says two forms of actual authority. Say the second one includes implied authority. An agent has implied authority to take any action the principal's conduct indicates the agent should do. If you walk up in there in a court case, you walk up in there, you acting as a straw man, they're going to go with the implication. That sounds like implied authority to me. That's what it sounds like to me, because you walk up in that courtroom, nothing else filed on the court case. State your name for the record, Michael Roseman. Nothing else to say it. They moving forward. There's an implication of authority right there. I'm acting as a straw man. Here we go. Further, it says failure by the principal to object to an agent's prior actions may create implied authority to repeat those actions in the future. That's what it says. I'm gonna show this screen to y'all in a second. An agent does not imply. What does it say? An agent does not have implied authority to do anything expressly prohibited by the principal. See, you have to express. That's the key word. Expressly prohibited, which means if you're revoking their power of authority, if you're revoking it in writing and you serve them, it's expressed. Everything has to be expressed. You can't if you just squander on your rights and you don't say anything about things. Damn, she fine. If you don't do anything about it, you don't express any type of objection whatsoever, then you're gonna get railroaded. They're gonna go with them implied authority. Let's move forward. I'm gonna show this to y'all when I'm done reading it. It says, in addition to actual authority, a principal may be bound by the actions of the agent if apparent authority existed. Apparent authority. Now they want to touch about apparent authority. An agent has apparent authority when despite no existing authority, a third party reasonably infers to that someone is authorized to act on the principal's behalf due to the conduct of the principal. Unlike actual authority, a principal can be bound by the agent's acts. May be apparent authority even if they explicitly stated that the agent could not do that act. Furthermore, a person posing a widely recognized title like hiring director has apparent authority to accomplish anything a reasonable person would believe that title entails. An agent acting with apparent authority is known as an ostensible agent. It has a hyperlink, but this is a screenshot I'm reading, so I can't hit the hyperlink. But anyway, I screenshot it so I won't be showing Cornell Law, logos and stuff like any logos that whatever. So I'd rather do a screenshot, but it came from Cornell Law. Additionally, a principal can be held liable for the tort of their action of their agent under the doctrine of vicarious liability. Vicarious liability. That's what it's called. That's VIC. I'll show it to y'all. Show y'all real quick. This is what I'm reading right here. Everything I'm reading right here. Agency law, See, I hit the bottom right here. It says vicarious liability right there. So you can actually sue somebody under a tort. Additionally, a principal can be held liable for the torts of their agents under the doctrine of vicarious liability. They just taught me something there. I might have to make another video about that. A principal is always liable for torts committed while the agent completes their official duties, responsibilities. Okay, let me read this last part. For torts occurring outside of official duties, the liability of the principal depends on whether the agent's tort occurred during a frolic or a detour. A principal is liable for the detours of their agent, but not to the frolics. I'm about to look those terms up. Let's see. Let me see. Here's one more last statement. The primary consideration many courts use to determine if an act is a frolic or a detour, or how much control over the agent's actions the principal was exerting, and who economically benefited from the agent's actions. Okay, that sounds like more firepower to me, y'all. Because if they're operating under power of attorney, you don't know they have this power when they're injuring you like that. That sounds like that's where their vicarious liability comes in at, because that becomes a tort if they're doing things that they shouldn't be doing and they injure you some type of way and you never gave them authority to do that. Something to think about. I'm going to have to look off into that, y'all. Y'all know I don't stop studying. I look up shit. But I thought I'd make this quick video, y'all, to help you understand about an agent and the law of agent. That's what it's called. The law, it's called agency law. That's what it's called, agency law. So, and what an agent is. So you're trying to separate yourself from the straw man. You don't need to do that. You just need to, when I say separate yourself from, make sure you're not acting as a straw man. Make sure you're still the principal of the straw man, but you're not acting as the straw man. You're just the principal. You're the principal, and you're the one that's supposed to control it, but you're not supposed to act as it. And anybody presuming, trying to flow with the presumption that they have authority to operate that straw man, to do business with that name without your consent, you can revoke any power of attorney that they may presume to have. Okay, so that's it, y'all. I'm gonna get on out of here. I'll probably make another video when I get home. I'm gonna try to hit this gym before they close at 9 o'clock, and I like to get in there. This energy drink, this a badass energy drink here, y'all, and I don't even work for these people, but these jokers right here, I thought I'd start sipping on it before I start my video, because once I get in that building, the whole building gonna be tilted. Emeralds signing out.